The year was 1981, when Marshall released the JCM800 2203, an amplifier which is still one of the most iconic creations in our history. But the origin story of this amp starts 6 years earlier in 1975. Marshall was already well known as the Dukes of Distortion, but there was a growing demand for amplifiers capable of that same distorted sound and sustain at a lower volume. The answer for this was to introduce the Master Volume series, which featured a master volume knob that controlled the overall output volume. The new range was a hit, with the 100-watt 2203 and the 50-watt 2204 models becoming incredibly popular. By the early 80s, Marshall had split with our exclusive amp distributor, Rose Morris, so we decided to launch a new product. Named after Jim Marshall's initials and car registration plate, the JCM800 series was simply a cosmetic redesign of the existing Master Volume and Super Lead ranges. The hair was big, the fashion outrageous, and the new look of our JCM800 amps also boasted a bold style. There was a full-width gold panel, grille cloth with white piping, steel frame to protect the valves, and was all finished with Jim's signature. Further changes were made to the combos, which now had controls conveniently placed on the front of the amplifier rather than the top. The new 100-watt JCM800 2203 was considered by many to be the ultimate rock amp. However, a simple change in the mid-80s led to it becoming even more aggressive. Enhanced production methods caused the voltage of the reservoir capacitors to be upgraded, resulting in less sag and compression. This meant that the already aggressive amp became more hardcore, particularly when the amp was cranked. The uncompromising sound meant that the series was perfect for heavy rock titans and notable JCM800 players Kerry King of Slayer, Zakk Wylde, and Glenn Tipton of Judas Priest. But the boldness of the JCM800 2203 sound, coupled with its varying degrees of crunch, also made it the perfect amp for Jeff Beck, Andy Summers of The Police, Joe Santiago of the Pixies, and blues legend Buddy Guy. The JCM800 was well known for its signature sound, but also offered bags of versatility. The JCM800 2203 is still available today as part of our vintage reissue series, alongside our 20-watt Studio Classic Edition. All the classic features that made the original amp so popular are still intact, but the amp also now features a tonally transparent series effects loop. The JCM800 2203 reissue is as popular as the original and is championed today by many artists, including Lzzy Hale of Hailstorm and Lee Mallier of Bring Me the Horizon.